Welcome to the Tarp Report with Sam and Jess. Hello. Wait, are we going?
Hi.
Okay, thank God. Jess, you're a mess. I told you to put your headphones on earlier.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, Trey's doing good though.
Ooh, Trey is in trouble.
Trey, you were doing so
Trouble,
good.
Trey.
You relapsed,
Trey.
dude. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Trey relapsed into
okay.
old behaviors.
You know,
You know,
what?
it's not that you.
Oh, here it comes.
It's not.
Here it comes.
It's not that you were late. Like that's okay. But
It's
what cracks
fine.
me up is that you were like, "I'll get a ride."
Yeah.
And then I was here, and you're like, "Hey, bro, I just woke up."
I pulled the Jess.
You
You
went.
did. Well, Jess has a car.
You went from a person that was going to be here on time on his own to a person who was late and needed a ride.
Yep.
Do you like how I waited until the podcast started to be like to talk about this?
I was
He doesn't
sitting
give a
in the
shit.
parking lot just thinking about what he was going to say. I'm sorry. Trey does have a car, though.
What'd you think I was gonna say though? Like an excuse? Like
No.
No. What he was going to say. Not what you were going to say. I was just
like,
like,
I woke
oh,
up
poor
late."
Trey. He's got it coming.
And
you
I'm
know?
not. I'm not mad. I'm more fascinated by the whole thing.
He's disappointed.
Yeah. I'm not even disappointed. I really.
Fascinated.
I don't. I don't care. I just don't
I
care
know
about stuff.
you say that, but
Do
you the words in your voice and you say it, but your eyes
They
and
say
the sadness that you like it
Dude,
it
I
doesn't
am-
come through.
dude.
Like it's not true.
Trey is not even on my top 10 things I'm sad about list right now.
That's so good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I have a lot of things to be sad.
For once. Oh look, the soundboard works magically.
Yeah.
He knows how to do it today.
I am in a mood.
Are you
We
in a
didn't talk about it before. Yeah, I'm all
What?
pissy.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I feel like my career is going nowhere. I
Oh
feel like,
dear. Well,
God,
that is.
It's not as bad as your career, but it's not.
Mine hasn't even started.
I know. Mine. I'm a sassy sad man.
Yeah, I don't know why we're taking jabs at me. Like,
I don't know either. I actually feel better now that I said it out loud. But I have been a sassy sad man.
what
Trey.
happened? What's going on?
Like a lot of folks engaged in this profession, I have emotional ups and downs, and I'm not that down, but I am not feeling great about myself right now, and I imagine that will go away. I imagine that recording this podcast today might be a part of that going away.
Do you think maybe if you picked a different shirt?
What's wrong with this shirt? It's got race cars on it.
so you know how Jess says like we take jabs at her?
I know.
Jess goes like full out with
I
her shit.
know. I'm like, I'm bearing my soul. And she's like, change your shirt.
She knows what she's doing.
I know. I did have that happen. I did go after her career, though.
You really did, for no reason.
I know. You were being
I was
so
like,
nice.
And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, why are you sad, bud?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, because you have no future.
Yeah.
That is sad.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing me down too.
No, you did good
No,
last
I'm
night.
just kidding. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
And it's weird. It's not really like, it's mostly like real things. It's not like brain sadness. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're not just making it up.
That's a dumb thing to call
Brain
depression.
sadness. Yeah. Yeah, that little cloud.
Yeah. It's not that. It's that yeah, I'm just bummed out. I did another sleep study last night
Yeah.
with a mask, not a mask on, but this thing on my nose
Okay.
that blows air, and they're like, sleep on your back.
Okay.
And I don't sleep on my back, but they said that I should try to sleep on my back. But then oh my God, I have all these wires hooked up to me, right? And my phone is running out of
Not
batteries.
on your balls.
Not on my balls. No dick or balls wires. I had to, I put those on before I got there, but those are like personal.
Different wires.
Those are for personal use. So it's not for medical stuff. That's just,
They are recording.
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't open range. It's barred.
They're documented.
Yeah, it's just to keep the cattle from charging out of my urethra. Is it urethra?
I don't know what you have going on down there.
That got weird. I feel like I have a big urethra. Have I ever talked about that?
Is that like what's that, the outside of your booty hole?
What?
No, that's
shit.
That the pee comes out of.
Oh God, I'm dumb.
Trey.
I'm dumb, but Trey is dumber. Oh
Bro,
man,
do you
I
remember-
love it.
Did you have sex education in 8th grade?
And I don't think I had a sex ed
Did you
class.
miss that day?
Nah, they gave it was more like a hormone class. Like they gave us like a bag with like hygiene, like how to, like when kids start smelling bad, like deodorant and like a condom. But it wasn't really like.
Here's
So,
some deodorant
the
and a
urethra-
condom.
The urethra, the street term is dick hole.
Yeah, I think it's your.
The pee-pee hole.
Yeah, or pee-pee hole if you're in kindergarten. Dick hole if you're fucking tough like me. Or urethra if you're a doctor.
Or a grown up.
Or a grown-up. Yeah.
Urethra just sounds like you have like big pee-pee lips, Like at the end.
Big pee-pee lips?
Just puckered up at the end.
No, pee-pee. I'm glad, thanks. I was wondering, I wonder if Trey's going to chime in a lot this episode.
I'm muting my mic from here.
Yeah. Wait, you're muting your mic? You're done after big pee-pee lips?
Don't. Please don't.
Did you know that?
I don't even know what big pee-pee lips are.
Well, I know I have a big urethra because I pee really hard.
Yeah, I've heard that about you.
Yeah.
That's the word on the street.
It is indeed the word on the street. But anyway, I listened to a talking book to fall asleep.
On your back.
On my back. I hear this little click noise, and I realize that my phone charger has unplugged from the phone and is now on the floor. I also realize that I cannot roll off the left side of the bed because it'll pull the wires out that are all over me, and then they'll have to put the wires back on me. So now I have to try to get this guy's attention.
Which is not easy.
But what I wound up doing is taking off my heart monitor
So
and
like
unplugging the hose from my mask and reaching over, and I grabbed it in desperation and plugged it back into my phone. And then he comes into the room.
I was going to say that you were trying to alert him.
No.
Make him do it.
I knew that he would. I was going to try to do it really fast, and he'd be like, "Oh, it came off," but then he put it back on. But yeah, it's just, this is the second time, and this time they had the thing with the mask, but I think they got it figured out. And usually they're like, sometimes we don't have to do this, but he's like, your apnea is really, really bad. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bud.
That makes me feel good.
So,
And not at all worried about falling asleep.
I'd rather have somebody talk to me like that than pretend that it ain't like an issue or something. Because I do have it really bad. They said, I think we talked about it on the last episode, but it's 20.6 times an hour. I stop breathing. And that my oxygen dipped down to 85, which is bad.
Less than it should be.
Way less than it should be.
Yeah.
So there was that.
So
last
what's the
night.
next step? What's the next? So they look at what they compare between the two, I assume, of
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope I don't have to go in there and do that
a
again.
third.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way they could need any more
Now
information.
you should just get the machine. Now you should.
I
get
hope
the,
so. And you know what blew me away? I was like, do you have to put all the wires on me again like you did last time? You already know I have sleep apnea. So are you putting all the wires on? He's like, oh yeah,
Yeah, of course.
we got to. And then it's funny because they're measuring if I'm grinding my teeth, which is not something I have an issue with since I stopped smoking fucking meth. And they have these 3 things, and they have one on the right side of my jaw, one on the left side of my jaw, and one in the middle. And I was like, listen, I'm like, whoever designed this shit, they knew you don't need that third one in the middle. If you have one on the right and you have one on the left, you can measure what's happening in the middle. I'm like, this is redundant.
Well,
what the hell is that?
it's the maintenance.
That's a walkie-talkie, man. That sounds like the cops.
No, it's not.
No, it does. That sounds like
the
cops.
guy delivering soda.
It sounds like the cops delivering a warrant for Trey for
Jeez,
being late.
Wouldn't that be? Wouldn't that? Wouldn't that be just what Trey needs today? Well, at least if he got arrested here, then you wouldn't have to give him a ride home.
No, and all I have to do is hit stop on the record
I think
thing. It's in the bag,
we could probably take it from here. I think the blue one is the clap button.
Is it? I hope that comes out on the podcast. That's so creepy. Trey's
I can't tell what it's. Yeah, Trey's got it.
But anyway, I'm a mess. I'm
sorry
going to
that
stay
you're
a mess, and nothing's ever going to be good again.
Oh,
And,
no, not with that attitude.
I'm fat.
Oh, wow.
I'm fat.
We're spiraling. Okay.
I'm fat, and I'm going to stay fat.
No, you're not going to stay fat because...
No, I can do whatever I want. I want to be fat. I like being fat. I'm good at it. I just pulled a sticker off my laptop.
You just got to let him cycle through it.
I'm fat. I stink. I fart too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't fart enough. I just need to find a fart balance.
See, he'll eventually.
Oh, Trey got us water.
Oh, I told you.
Ayo.
Did you get that from the cop?
No, those are
Ooh. Whichever, it doesn't matter.
Who's down there?
Thank you.
No, our radios were still on, and I guess like another channel was just bleeding through, so just randomness talking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy. Spooky.
Anyway.
Spooky. Thanks for the water.
Trey, what you missed? I'm fat, and I need to find a fart
Trey,
balance.
he just spiraled, but then he kind of, you just got to let him go because he'll eventually work his way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
He has.
And now I feel good.
Yeah, he has high enough self-esteem that he'll figure it out.
Yeah. And my urethra lips are really sore right now.
Well, because you went to the gym. So I'm dying. I am dying to hear about it.
So I found out that I have high cholesterol, which is almost as much of a shocker as my apnea diagnosis. Considering I don't know how I have high cholesterol. All I eat is appetizers. It doesn't seem like something.
You do eat a lot, but you eat well. I don't.
Sometimes.
We
did good on that trip because I was like, okay, I'm eating because I was trying to eat better. But do you remember that day we went to
the gas station,
Dairy Queen?
Oh, yeah.
And I got chicken strips and fries and cheese curds. Yeah.
And just had me put it all in the bag and then just shake the bag up.
I didn't tell you to shake the bag.
And just eat it all.
No, that's because when I'm eating, because we didn't have time to stop.
Yeah.
We would have had time to stop, and I could have had a healthy meal. Had you not been late. So a thing with that is that I was told that I need to do some cardio. I joined a gym close to my house.
Nice.
I have indeed been doing cardio there. But then I was like, oh, look at those things.
Yeah.
That looks like fun. Maybe I can bulk up upstairs a little bit. My legs are big enough because they have to carry my tum-tum around.
Yeah, you probably are very strong.
My legs are very strong because they have a big job to do.
Have to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
My legs are not. I am weak.
Yeah, because you don't have a lot to lift around. My legs are like those booster engines on the space shuttle. They have to be tough to get that big thing in the air.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did that. I thought it was fine. And then yesterday I was like, man, my arms kind of hurt. And then this morning, good Lord, and last night, and I can't outstretch my arms. You can't see what I'm doing unless you're watching this on YouTube. But I can only go.
Good. There's not a lot of bendability.
I can only go this far. I could put on one of my socks this morning, but I couldn't get the other one on. So Brittany had to put on a sock for me.
Oh no!
And
what were you doing?
Putting on socks.
At the gym.
Oh.
Tell me you were putting on socks at the gym.
No, I did machines.
You did machine, but you didn't
But it was like Terminator 2, they won.
Yeah,
they beat me.
You're so pleased with yourself.
They beat me. That was funny.
I know.
I'm really on it today. This one's nice. It's funny because when I'm kind of sad and pissy, that's when I'm at my funniest. And then I get people to laugh and I gradually feel better and then the funniness goes away.
Yeah.
It's messed up. I'm like a bucket.
It's met with cockiness. Yeah.
Then my ego gets bigger, and I'm like, they don't even deserve to laugh.
Right.
Nobody deserves me.
So were you doing like leg presses?
No,
like,
I don't need to do any of that stuff. I just did arms. My legs are strong enough.
Okay, arms what? Like you were
I did
curling? Like
I did pushies, I did pulleys, I did high fivers. I don't know what they're called.
Technical term.
I did
What?
they're on
Like
machines.
a bench press?
No, it wasn't a bench press.
No, I know the machine that you sit down.
It's the machine. Those are pushies.
And then the pulleys.
And then I did pulleys.
Yeah.
And then I did Yankees.
The Yanks.
Yeah, and then they were like, you need to get out of this gym. I was like, hey, I'm trying to fucking have a good time. You need to lay off me.
See, Jess would
Pushies,
know
pulleys,
if she
Yankees.
didn't use her membership only for the sauna.
Yeah.
It's not for the sauna.
It's for the tanning bed.
For the tanning bed. I'm sorry.
I go to the gym, but yeah, it is only to tan.
Yeah. But yeah.
That sounds. You need to stretch, and maybe take like a tennis ball or something and like rub it in your little elbows there. So
Who has a tennis ball?
who doesn't have a like Trey literally just
I have a lemon.
okay, you could use anything that's gonna like push down and make you feel better. I gave him a PVC pipe one. Oh, because I used to. I should mention.
Yeah. Tell folks how you know.
Okay,
about
so
all this.
I used to be back when I lived in Kentucky, I used to be a CrossFit coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so that's why my Instagram is Coach Smoach. Because because I was much more smoochy than coachy. Like I called myself the anti-CrossFit coach because I didn't really get it. Like I don't really think that we need to be jumping that high or lifting that heavy or running that fast. It doesn't make sense. And like the only thing like you could be training for is like criminal behavior, and I don't think that I want to coach you for that. But I do know a little bit, and
You probably know a lot.
I know. Well, I did.
You know it significantly more than I do.
Well, I will tell you, I was very drunk. I was very, very drunk at the time.
When you were coaching CrossFit,
Yes.
you're like, go ahead and lift that.
Where did my? Yeah, it was more of a slur than a country accent.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, no, I was drinking very heavy.
You're doing great.
You guys are awesome.
Do you think they knew?
Some of them, I think like eventually they knew. Yeah, like because I was at like peak alcoholism.
You could probably just,
but like when I first started, no.
You could probably just pretend that you were tired from lifting weights so
Well,
hard.
I was just like, oh, well, I'm sweating it out. It's from the night before. I'm sweating it out. Yeah.
You know what's funny is that there's not a lot of shit. Like that's probably one of the first times that you've ever made me almost gag.
What? Just because
like-
I'm saying sweating it out?
Booze sweats.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
And I would reek. Yeah.
Oh Jesus. That the smell that used to come off of me
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
like a
good.
run. But yeah, so you know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, so one of the other things that has happened is I've worked out to the point where I've gotten something called rhabdomyolysis, which is like where your body just starts, like naturally your body, like your muscles start breaking down whenever you work out. But like when you have rhabdo, your muscles just keep breaking down and to the point where like, you have to be like hospitalized.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. And so whenever.
Called rhabdo?
Yeah, it's called rhabdomyolysis.
Rhabdomyolysis.
And so, yeah, it happens to people who are in like super active addiction, like, or somebody who just hiked Mount Everest, like who have just done some excruciating workout. It should not have happened to me. But so I worry.
It might have been a combination with you. Like
Oh,
maybe
it was because of my
addiction stuff, but then also that you're going so hard at the CrossFit gym.
Yeah. Well, I got it from a very serious Pilates class.
You told me about this.
I went really hard in a Pilates class and gave myself a rhabdo. And I ended up, no kidding, I was in the hospital for 3 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like,
And Pilates.
I really stretched.
Pilates is like strength training combined with like yoga
It's like
stuff?
yoga, but like cooler and a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have machines.
Maybe
and stuff.
I should do. But
I
see,
love Pilates.
I just want, see, that's the thing. All I want is like cardio stuff. And I was like, I'm at this gym and they got all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, whatever, you know. It's like, I felt like I was wasting money if I'm not utilizing it.
Yeah.
But today I'm just going to go in there and
Stretch.
no, I'm going to do cardio. And I'm going to do my yoga to stretch before I go in.
Okay. I'm like, you still have to stretch.
I know. I should
you
stretch.
Still stretch.
I know. I should stretch. Yeah. I didn't stretch. I actually, what's funny is I haven't been doing my yoga because I've been working out, and I'm going to give myself an issue because, yeah, I'm going to give myself. Why are these making noises? That's
which
me.
one? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. Sorry. I turned up the volume.
It's okay, Sam.
I found
Sometimes
a video.
these things happen. Sometimes mistakes happen.
I found a video of me doing stand-up 6 years ago, and I turned up the volume to watch it.
Yeah.
And then I wish I didn't because, yeah, I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go in there today. I'm gonna
That's
do cross.
good.
I'm not gonna.
That's great.
Yeah, and
think-
I appreciate your advice. And
Just drink water.
you're right.
Take it slow.
Oh, look at that! My friend just found out he got a job. Isn't that
Okay.
great?
Well, you know what? If you could just.
I'm looking at
you
the. I'm
could
getting the. I'm getting the
focus-
questions queued up.
Okay. If you could just
So
focus out.
who do you think? Oh man, look, we have 17.
Holy guacamole.
I know. Do you want to ask me the questions?
Yeah.
Here, no, I have them right here.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Somebody wants to ask us a question about comedy, so we can go back and forth about how we're not talking about comedy. Yeah.
I've had a couple people tell me that that's their favorite thing.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, "What's your favorite joke to tell little kids?" That's easy for me. I know that one, and that's here. This one's for you, Trey. Trey, what did the fish say when he ran into the wall?
What?
Damn.
Oh.
That's pretty good though.
It's just kind of naughty
kids,
enough
yeah.
for kids. I like that one. And all right, as comedians, what made you both decide to go into comedy head first? And what's your advice on crowd work?
God.
I've told I think we've already told those stories on the podcast. Like people in recovery told me that I should do comedy. One day I did it and it just clicked. That's the face
you?
level for me. Yeah.
I've always wanted to do it. I just, never until I don't know what finally made me sign up, but I signed up for an open mic at Tacoma Comedy Club. Yeah. And then I finally got like on the list and saw my name and I was like, oh, well, I better do it.
Yeah. There you go.
I can't miss it.
I thought about it for a while. My advice on crowd work, by the way, this is Marcus Terrell. I believe he's up in Bellingham. Crowd work and me, if I feel like doing it and it seems like a good time to do it, I just kind of try to let it flow. But unfortunately, a lot of times I use crowd work to deal with shows that are going sideways.
Yeah.
Crowd work is kind of like a way a lot of times to re-engage like a bad audience. Other people look at it differently. You know, right now we're recording this at Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club in Tacoma, Washington. Nate Jackson is probably the best guy at crowd work that I've seen at this point. And I think he was probably top 5 maybe 6 months ago. But at this point, I don't really think there's anybody doing it better than he is.
No, that's
So other people have
impossible.
different lines with it. But anytime you do crowd work, you are opening.
It's a little scary, but I do think it's usually I don't have a lot of experience with it, but it's usually to rein them back in, to kind of get them on your side because they're not buying it or something isn't, or they're being rowdy.
Yeah, I would say too that another issue is when you have to come back. So sometimes it's not so much like, should I do crowd work? Should I riff? It's like, can you riff and then come back to your material? So I'm to a point now where like I've gotten really good at doing that.
Right.
Like I can stop doing a joke, talk about other shit, and then remember where I'm at.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's, like knowing your material front, back, and being able to be able, that's one of the things since I've gotten, better, that I've noticed. Like, it's so much fun to be able to pause, go somewhere else for a second, and then come back and be like, no, I knew exactly where I was and what I was doing.
I think all other comedy questions will be pushed back to next week. We have indeed talked about comedy too much at this point.
Bullshit.
But whatever, we'll probably talk about it more. I know, it's so stupid. I don't know what we were thinking with that. Though I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, hold on. This was not a we thing. Like,
yeah, I don't want to just talk about it.
but I think that we talk about everything.
Oh, man, I got some hard questions coming up.
Okay.
We got 2 of these ones. All right. Samantha Fremont, which I believe is a combination of 2 people's names.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about this one. From your perspective, what can be done to help solve the fentanyl and the houseless issues in Thurston County? So first off, I want to separate those 2 things. There's plenty of people that are unhoused that don't use fentanyl, and there's plenty of people that are housed that do use fentanyl. A lot of unhoused folks that use substances are using them to deal with the effects of being unhoused. And yes, there is there can be relatively higher rates of use amongst unhoused folks, but we're not even sure on that because people aren't measuring the rates of housed people. And a lot of times the reason why drug use with unhoused folks seems like such a problem is because it's so visible. If you didn't have a living room to get drunk in and people could see how you were acting in your house, they might feel differently about you, okay? Like the idea about, I can't believe they would do that in public. If you don't have a private, then everything you do exists in public, okay? That's how I feel about that. For me, and here goes Sam Miller hot take alert, complete legalization of all substances is the best way to deal with the fentanyl crisis.
Did Portland do that?
No, they say that. They say decriminalization is different than full legalization. So a thing that's happening with fentanyl is it's being cut at different strengths. It's hard. It's if drugs were regulated, like Jess. Here, I'm gonna demonstrate this, and I want to ask. I'm gonna do this with. If you're listening at home, I'm gonna ask everybody a question. Okay, Jess, would you like to do some fentanyl?
No, thank you.
Hey, if you're listening to this, I want to ask you. Do you want to do some fentanyl? Okay, I'm gonna guess. Some of you said no. Some of you said yes, and if you did, that's okay too. I hope you. I hope you're doing okay. Okay, here's a follow-up question. If your answer was no, if I told you that you wouldn't go to jail for it, now do you want to do some fentanyl, Jess?
Still no for me.
Yeah, still no.
Yeah, still no for me.
This is the thing. So people, they hate needle exchanges. They hate these talks about legalization, but like can openers don't cause overeating and needles don't cause heroin addiction. It's a silly way to think. And it's based on the same tenets that prop up mass incarceration. Like the drug war has always been a racist drug war. That's like even marijuana, like the criminalization of marijuana back in the day. Like that's what that was about, and it's just kind of extended into today. And now we're at a point where like, yeah, fentanyl is scary. It is dangerous, but it's been bad before, and it's going to stay bad because we treat this thing like it's a criminal problem when what it is a addiction, is a disease, and that's what the medical community says. And another thing with legalization, if you legalize substances, prices will plummet, and guess what happens then? Property crime will plummet. Because people won't feel so desperate to get high all the time, Like, I'm not making excuses for anybody's behavior, but let's be honest here. Like, this isn't an issue where, like, and honestly, if locking people up for drugs stopped drug use, then we should be doing great, you know, like considering how many people we've locked up for drugs.
Right.
Anyway. Yeah, I really went on a rant there.
Yeah, I think that says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Because with regulation too, you could have by having these substances and having them be the same every single time, and not having it be this black market where there's these fluctuations in strength and quality. And also, it could be to where instead of cartels and folks that don't know what they're doing mixing this shit with God knows what sometimes, you know. And you know, honestly, the cartels and stuff, they don't want people to die. Like, that's the thing, is they're doing, like, they're not gonna cut the stuff with shit, but then you won't. It's ridiculous. I feel a certain way about it. Okay. I'm sorry.
Do we need to? Are all of our phones on?
I know. Mine just
Do not
buzzed.
disturb.
I know they should be.
That's good.
Okay.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna do that right now. That was me again. I do have it on Do Not Disturb. Okay. And my water bottle just fell
Jesus,
over.
Mary.
The cap was on. That would have sucked though. That was
Jeez
on my keyboard.
Louise.
Here's one.
Okay.
This is for both of us.
All right.
What interventions would have been useful when you were a kid to prevent your drug addiction?
I don't think that I found drinking on my own. I don't know if there was probably more parenting would have been ideal for me. I don't know if there was anything that could have prevented me.
I think if in the 3 or 4 generations before me on my dad's side, if there would have been a way to like prevent like generational trauma from being passed on.
Like I'm just like, if someone would have taken care of me,
Yeah.
like I don't know, there's just so many little things that could have.
My dad, you know, my mom was in here and she talked about it, and I have different memories of my dad than my mom has. And if my dad had better parenting skills and wasn't so terrifying, that probably would have helped me quite a lot.
Right.
But he did better than I did he did better than his parents did. And I'm doing a lot better than he did. And, you know, sometimes I yell at my kids, but I've never hit them. They're not scared of me.
Right.
I wish they were sometimes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. My kids, if I raise my voice even a little bit, they're like, oh, you're yelling.
Yeah, so.
Like you've never even been yelled at in your life.
I know. It's all right. I love my kids. They're good.
Yeah, they're fine.
But yeah, I don't know, Lauren. That's a really great question. I don't know.
There's a million things, and then also nothing because I'm an addict, and it was gonna, you know.
I think there was. You know what's crazy is that I had in Spanaway. His name was Dr. Walker, and he's probably dead now. But he really, I don't know why I say that. I was thinking, because I was worried, what if he heard this? But I'm like, he can't hear it. He's probably dead. But if he's not, Dr. Walker was like this really interesting like therapist I had when I was in the 4th grade, 5th grade. And there's stuff that he told me then that helped me after I got sober at 25. He told me the STAR principle.
Okay, what's that?
It stands for stop, think, act, review.
Okay.
So like whenever you're about to do something, stop, think about what you're about to do, act, take the action, and then review.
And then review it.
Yeah, and I still use that. So
That's
I would
how
say
he became a doctor.
Yeah, there were interventions, but I had to go through what I had to go through.
Yeah.
My friend
Good question,
Mark,
though.
My friend Mark asked, would you rather fight 10 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
Oh, I want to see 10 duck-sized horses.
Yeah, a horse-sized duck is terrifying.
Adorable.
Yeah, but I don't know. Horses kick really hard, and if there was 10 of them...
But they're duck size.
Yeah, you're right. But I think like a horse-sized duck...
I just want to see them get sleepy, and then we can cuddle together.
I could jump up and grab its neck and just hold on
and then
like
ride
choke it out. Yeah. Because they don't have great mobility.
Ducks fly though.
Oh.
So it's like...
But a duck that size wouldn't be able to fly.
Are you sure?
It'd be like an ostrich.
Yeah, it'd be like an ostrich. If a duck gets that big, they become flightless. And also, I don't think a
How
duck.
big? We're talking.
I don't think it'd be able to
horse
get up. The duck wouldn't be able to stand up.
Let's say it was just full functioning, like the
It was.
Can fly and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
The 10
tiny horses. Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the kind of hard hitting stuff I enjoy.
Yeah. What if they were all on fentanyl? Would that change it at all? Could I give the ducks fentanyl before I fought them?
Do they have homes or
Are they unhoused? Are these unhoused ducks? Boy, man, this has been this is so stupid, Ben. I'm not a fan of this question, but here we go. If you had the chance to talk AMSL with a gorilla, what would you ask it?
Okay, first of all, I thought that it. What is it when it's like AMSR?
AMSR, yeah, and the gorilla is just like peeling bananas into a microphone. Gorillas would be so bad at that.
Or they would be really good at it. They would
like
be like very
beating their chests
crunchy
and
and
stuff
like,
like that.
Okay, if you
I used to think it was so, because they taught that gorilla to speak sign language, and it would like kind of talk like Coco or whatever. But I swear every other thing it signed was just like Coco, banana, Coco.
Yeah,
Coco want banana.
give me food.
Yeah. I don't know what I would ask.
Oh my gosh, I would ask if it's having a good day, how it feels, if it feels, and then I would ask it to give me a hug.
You know it feels stuff.
Right, but I'm saying like what?
You just want to know what.
I just want to know.
You know, I don't think you're not like an animal person, are you?
I don't, but I would obviously I would take my opportunity to sign
To
to
talk
the
to a
gorilla.
Can you do sign language? Did they do that at your
No.
other job?
I mean, I know my ABCs.
No, I don't know those.
I don't even. I'll go down.
Hey, careful. Yeah. We're on Hosmer. Don't be flashing that shit around here. You're going to get in trouble. Keep your sign language to yourself. I don't know. I'd be like, hey man, you want a banana?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I'd be like, do you remember coming here? That's probably what I would ask him.
Do you remember?
Or like, what's your first? Like, do you remember coming to the zoo? And if you do remember, how was it outside of? Like, how was it beforehand?
Remember?
Dude, you're gonna piss him off.
Zoo. He's like,
yeah.
yeah, it was the
He's
fucking
gonna
worst
he's gonna
experience
get
of my life.
Flashbacks, yeah.
It's gonna be like Babar. Like, wait, yeah, it's gonna be like, yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember coming here.
Well,
I don't remember where I came from.
But just like a single tear is gonna like go down. He's gonna be so sad.
You know what's crazy? The last thing I remember before I woke up to this life was I found a barrel in the woods with a hot dog in it.
Really?
And I went into the barrel to get the hot dog, and a gate shut, and they were like, "You're a human now. You need to start acting right."
Okay, we've heard your birth story, and it didn't sound anything
No,
like
that's
that.
what happened. I got trapped in a barrel. All right. Who was my favorite cartoon character when I was a kid? I like the X-Men cartoon a lot.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I used to have the hots for Jubilee.
I always think that you are significantly older than me. I don't know what, but it's so. I'm just for some reason like because I was like, oh yeah, we do watch the same cartoons, but because we're the same age.
Yeah.
It's just I just feel so much younger than you.
Yeah, these are Trevor Knapp's questions, by the way. So yeah,
Everything's
what
Trevor.
about favorite cartoon character for you?
Probably. I used to love the Tasmanian Devil.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, get stuff done.
Yeah, he was just a fucking terror.
I love energy like that. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, like if you really channeled that, you could do well. It's like, no, I'm not going to channel it.
No, it's just
You
I'm
know,
going to use it for
I
evil.
wanna, back in the day, I used to hate this, right? Is like every once in a while when I really tried in school, I could do so well. Like I've always been like smart enough and always been a good writer. I've always known how to communicate, right? And like whenever I did that stuff, people would be like, oh my God, Sam, you have so much potential.
Yeah,
Like you could potentially do so well.
if you just tried.
Yeah. And to me, that was almost made me feel like worse. Because I would be like, What's wrong with me? Why don't I ever want to try anything? Like,
What was wrong with you? Was it the ADHD?
I don't know. I thought I was
don't
doing
care.
all right. Hey, look at me now, huh? Look at me now on a podcast with Trey and Jess. I didn't forget about you.
We didn't introduce. Did we introduce ourselves at all? Did we? We should probably mention.
If they don't know who's in this podcast by now.
Okay,
Yeah. If you don't know me by now.
Yeah, we should probably mention the sponsors. Like, if we could do, I mean, if maybe we want to do anything the right way.
Let me do one more question, then we'll do sponsors.
Okay.
If hello were to be replaced by another word as a greeting, what word would that be?
Hola.
Hola?
Right?
I like how you looked at Trey after you said it.
What do you mean if it was?
I don't know. There's lots of greetings. I was like, hey. That's what I say. I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Yeah, probably sup, dude.
What's up?
That's what I usually say. Sup, dude.
How you doing?
Yeah. I can't. This is such a huge question. If you just redesign society, what would you change? I would just make sure everybody had enough fentanyl. Is
Absolutely.
what I would want for everybody.
Absolutely. And that it's the same and equal across the board.
Yeah, and also I would make it so you had to take it. Everybody has to take it every day. And then people couldn't complain. They'd be like, oh, I'm so tired of everybody doing fentanyl. And it's like, you're on it too, bud.
Jeez Louise, Sarah,
Ever
I
since
see you.
President Sam took over. No. Our sponsors.
Yeah.
This is a perfect time
Speaking
for this. Old School Pizzeria, downtown Olympia. Bar Francis.
Yes.
In where?
Downtown Olympia.
And Deschutes River Cyclery. Where?
Also downtown Olympia.
There you go. This has really gone off the rails. These questions are all over the place today.
They said they're so fun.
I know. Do you prefer performing in front of people you know or a room full of strangers?
A room full of strangers. Fuck my friends.
You went hard on that.
Well, number one, because I don't have any.
Jess, that is untrue.
That's just not true.
You do have friends.
I have a couple. No, I prefer definitely. I don't like to see a familiar face in the crowd because I'm so worried that I'm going to embarrass them and just shame them. And so if they don't show up, then that won't happen.
I like a mix. And I had that Tuesday. I performed at Jazz Bones in Tacoma on a Bo Blast show. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And,
it looked like you had fun.
yeah, I did. I had a really good
Once
set.
you got there, because traffic was terrible. Though.
I was really happy with it. Yeah, we had to drive because somebody went the wrong way on I-5 and hit a semi, and their shit caught on fire by JBLM. And so we had to go all the way through from Olympia out to Yelm and then through Roy.
Jeez Louise.
But yeah, I
That's the
think
kind of shit that
a
keeps me
mix.
sober, though.
You know, I'll tell you something too, Jessica. And by the way, Jessica Grant acts this, and she's one of my favorite comedians from
I
Humboldt.
thought you were calling me Jessica. That
No.
really threw me off.
No. Jessica Grant is a comedian from Humboldt who I'm actually a big fan of.
Nice.
She reminds me a little bit of you, except
She's funny.
no, you're both funny. She has, I think she's been doing it longer.
Yeah.
And has more material than you do. Mm-hmm. And that has, like, we talk about that all the time. Like, once you have enough material, it kind of frees you up to let loose a little bit.
So she's better than me. Got it.
Somebody asked me how I feel about geese, and I really think that joke was a winner. That was probably the best joke I've done.
It's a good joke.
Yeah, if you didn't hear it, that episode,
I mean,
I think it's amazing.
you should go. If you didn't hear it, you should go listen to the episode.
You get to hear it too right now. No, you can hear it right now.
Or you can hear it right now. Right now.
Actually, why don't you do it, Jess?
How do geese know? Sorry, I can't remember it.
I think it's amazing that geese can fly in a V, considering that most of them are illiterate.
There it is.
It's a great joke, man.
Yeah, it was good the first time.
This is the best question we've gotten so far. And Jacob LeMountain says, has it been an hour yet? And we're getting close.
I think we're almost
We're getting close.
there.
We're getting close. All right, those are the questions that we have today, and I don't want to answer.
Wait, does that mean our podcast is too long? Is that what he's saying?
No,
He's just saying what you're saying?
He's trying to counter my sass with his sass.
Okay.
And I don't know how he knew that I was going to be so sassy today, but here I am, sassing it up.
Well, probably because you get a couple sassy comments on your Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. There are some more questions, and I will answer them. Later.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun answering questions.
We got a bunch, and especially because I posted that like an hour ago. A thing that, by the way,
we planned that.
If you are listening to this, by all means, please like, comment, share. Wait, that's what you do on social media. Like,
you do all of those things on,
Yeah. Like, let people know, let your friends know and stuff like that. Like, we're trying to build this.
Share us.
Yeah, share us. Outside of that, I think I have some jokes.
Okay.
That I wrote. We should do that now.
Let's do it.
All right, here. Number one. Wait, no, let Trey do number one. Because no. Because number 5, Trey already knows. So you need to do number 1. Yeah.
2, 4, 6.
Yeah.
I just got the results back from my sleep study. Turns out I've been having a bunch of wires. Having a bunch of wires stuck all over my body does not help me sleep.
That wasn't very good. I feel like the other ones were, though. And I wrote these while I was in bed at the sleep study place.
The rest of these are good?
Yeah, probably.
We'll find out.
Glue is great because if you break a treasured heirloom, you have a chance to fix it. If you're sad because you can't fix it, you can huff the glue, and that'll make you feel a little bit better, too.
Pass the gas.
That was all right, wasn't it?
That was fine.
Okay.
Hunters use goat urine to attract deer. You can buy it at Bass Pro Shops. I wish somebody would have told me sooner. I've been collecting it myself, and I'm pretty tired of getting kicked in the head.
That one was fucking good. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one, too. When I wrote that, I was like, that's pretty good.
Lobsters are the hot dogs of crabs.
Lobsters are the hot dogs of crab.
Because they're long.
Oh, okay.
They seem like hot dogs.
I thought you meant like...
I thought quality-wise, I thought like the crab would be a bratwurst.
Fucking shakes, man.
Okay. I saw a 3-legged dog. You look like you like to chase cars. He thought about chasing mine, but then he was like, oh yeah. What? Hold on.
Because I was driving to pick up Trey, and I saw a 3-legged dog, right?
You look like you like to chase cars.
And he looked like he wanted to chase my car.
He thought about I am chasing mine. But
I think there's probably a typo in there.
That's okay. But he thought about chasing mine, but then he was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he knows better because he already lost a leg.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's like, oh, yeah, I should probably chill out of this car chase and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I only have 3 legs left.
God, these weren't good.
These were not great. That's okay.
But the deer one
was good.
Well, and also we
should have just read the deer one 5 times. That probably would have been better.
It's hard.
Yeah, and we are recording 2 episodes this week.
Yeah, like we just recorded Monday, and then because you're going to Chicago, so
yeah. Can we call this one "They Can't All Be Bangers"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what? I vaguely remember you saying you don't like any of them at the end. You're always like, I don't know how I feel about this one.
Oh, what? With the podcast episodes?
This episode.
I felt weird about the one with my mom. And I thought episode 4.
That one's uploading right now.
Yeah, I thought about episode 4, which is uploading right now. And this is episode 7 that we're recording right now.
6.
No, this is 7.
Oh, this is 7.
This is 7.
Oh, shit. God, holy guacamole.
Episode 4 is coming out on Monday. I am happy with how the podcast is going. I'm excited about our long-term future. I am enjoying not having guests, even though I have some guests. I have
Oh
people
my
who have been
gosh.
reaching out to me.
Who hasn't? I mean,
Yeah.
like a lot of people, but
Yeah, but I'm also like, I feel like if I let one person on, then it's like, oh, why'd you let this person do the podcast? Because I kind of like just talking to you.
well, yeah, and I think Trey works.
And Trey's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
What a good thing.
When he's here.
Yeah,
That's nice.
when he shows up.
Yeah, when he's around. I like it a lot.
Oh, Trey.
I'm going to Chicago on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's why we're recording. And actually, it's Thursday
How are you
right
feeling?
now. Not great, honestly.
Well, you
not
better
great.
shake it the fuck out.
I know. This is a big opportunity for me. I'm performing at the Laugh Factory in Chicago. I'm headlining
It's
at least
huge.
one night, maybe more. It is a huge opportunity. But like my flight leaves at midnight, which is sick.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. And I know you're thinking, it's like, oh, that's nice. You can sleep on a plane. You can sleep on the plane. That's not how that works. I might look into getting an upgrade to like business class so I can fit in my seat.
Yeah.
Also, in the past, I've gone to the front desk and been like, hey, like I'm huge. Is there any way they can get me like an extra seat? And sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But
Yeah, I think as long as you're not an asshole.
No, and I usually am not. But yeah, that's
You're
what's
gonna do
on
great.
my mind.
It's gonna be great.
I want to know. We did this segment a couple weeks ago, and I am the one who put this back on.
Yeah, I
Google
saw
Doc.
that this morning.
Yeah, and I know you're excited. I know that there has been some happenings with the.
There is scandal.
Yeah.
Scandival, if you will, in the reality world. Like there is just when we were in California.
Yeah.
News broke that there's a show on Bravo called Vanderpump Rules, and it's been on for like 10 years. And there's this couple that has been on they've been dating almost the whole time. And they're like, if there was like a perfect couple, they were it. And then news broke this weekend that Tom has been cheating on Ariana.
Damn. Do you think, here's a question, because I know that some people listening to this, including some people that are on this podcast, don't know anything about this. But do you think that them being on a reality TV show made them more likely to cheat because they wanted something to happen?
Well, this all happened off camera. It was all hidden. So it's definitely like more scandalous. So it wasn't for the cameras.
Yeah.
But there is definitely an element of like these people they've been on TV for 10 years. They know how to ham it up. They know what the audience wants to see.
Yeah.
Which is, turmoil in relationships. But this particular relationship their whole thing was that they fucking love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they weren't a dramatic.
Does that make it better for you as a fan?
Oh no, it's awful. I literally feel heartbroken.
Oh my God.
I feel like my friends like just broke up. Like, and so I was like trying to figure out how to explain it. It would be like if you found out your best friend was having a relationship with your wife. Like, because he was cheating on his girlfriend.
I just thought about my best friend.
Think about
I can't have like one best friend, but the one that immediately popped in my mind was Jim Stewart Allen. And thinking about him having a relationship with my wife is very fun. Yeah, it'd be like
Jim, like in a good way. In a sexy way?
No, it's hard to explain.
Well,
Jim Stewart Allen is a beautiful soul, and I don't think he'd ever try to fuck my wife.
It was so that's like that's what happened though.
Yeah,
it's like the like these two people and the girl. There was a girl who has also it's a whole triangle, but it is so. It was absolutely heartbreaking. Julia from Portland reached out to me.
Yeah, Julia Corral.
Yeah, to make sure that, we're like, oh my God, are you watching this? Are you keeping up with everything that's going on?
I remember being on the road, and we had there was some good parts, there was some bad parts to our road trip down to Eureka.
Yeah.
But I remember you immediately being like,
there is scandal.
I thought that something had happened.
Yeah, something did happen.
Yeah, something did happen. Yeah.
Something did happen.
Something did happen.
And it's literally been the last 5 days have been nothing but just just researching and figuring out what in the world happened to our favorite couple. How did this happen? And none of us knew about it.
Yeah.
And it's been really great.
Yeah.
And very sad. And so I'm trying to figure out if this might be what you end up watching.
Yeah, I forgot we have our deal.
Yeah.
We have our deal.
Yeah, I was telling Julia about that too, that I'm like, I have to figure out which, because there's so many options. You could pick from The Real Housewives, or you could pick a spin-off show.
Yeah.
And so I have to make sure to get the right one.
I got to pick what NBA game you have to watch.
Yes, which I think is
and I
totally
think I already know
too
which one it is. It's going to be Golden State, Oklahoma City, that Klay Thompson.
I think that's the one that you said before.
Yeah. I think it's game 6.
Yeah.
They scored
it was crazy. It was 40? Something like that in the fourth quarter. Yeah. It was nuts. It was the Klay Thompson, because it was funny because it was always Steph Curry's team or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, see now Trey turned on his mic. Yeah. He's like, let's go. But I think that is fair.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
And then we'll have to tell folks right now. So no, this is what we do, because we're recording the episodes beforehand. So we have to make sure that people listening can watch
the same episode
and the same basketball game.
Okay.
And then listen to us talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though it's funny, because I bet half of the people listening have no interest in either of those things.
That's fine.
I think a lot of people listening probably have no interest in either.
They might. It
might be a neither situation,
which is fine too.
Yeah.
We could get them into both.
I don't think
Let's see.
responsible. I don't know.
That would be amazing if I could convert people into Bravo fans. That would be amazing, because then I could have someone to talk to about it.
And it's probably not right. I mean, after what happened with the Sonics, I probably shouldn't be trying to convert people into NBA fans, but here we are. So
here we are.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, we're almost done. I got good news on the comedy, my upcoming comedy album.
Nice. What is that?
They're working on vinyl right now. They think they got it. So soon I should be able to set a release date, which gets exciting. So I'm excited about this.
So that's something to be not in a pissy mood about.
I'm not. It's not as bad as I thought it was. There's actually things I'm excited about. I'm going on the road tomorrow for a couple days.
Right.
I'm doing some Thai Boys stuff, and I'm working at the Elks Club.
He sent me a message yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Message him back.
I called him on the phone. We talked.
Good. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. I love you, Ty.
No, he offered, because I'm doing a show in a couple months out there, and he said that I could stay if I wanted to.
Yeah. I like staying at his house. I'm staying at his house on Friday. So with that, you need to go to work.
I do. I have to go to work. Mm-hmm. I did take my meds.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do...
I did. I know you were going to ask. It's fine.
I wasn't actually.
Mm-hmm, I know.
I wasn't worried
because we're a goddamn mess.
That's your business.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
my business.
It's our business.
Actually, your stuff has never really affected me. I'm pretty good with boundaries. I do a good job.
Yeah.
Usually, when I think somebody is messing up, I usually just I'm gonna leave this person alone.
Yeah.
But good job.
Thanks. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Trey, you did okay.
You did great.
Once you got here, you were fine.
Yeah, it's just that initial. It's always getting up is so hard. I hate mornings. My favorite thing to do is sleep.
Yeah.
My God.
Me too.
I love sleeping.
With that, I hope you enjoyed episode 7 of the Tarp Report. Once again, our sponsors. I remembered Old School Pizzeria in downtown Olympia, Bar Francis, downtown Olympia, Deschutes River Cyclery in downtown Olympia. Please, please, please support them.
Go, go, go.
Follow us on Instagram, social media. There's actually a part of my website now that has the Tarp Report stuff on it. With the
I
links.
love that picture of us.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, this has been the Tarp Report.